welcome to Ray Sensation. In this episode, I'm going to be taking a look at the book Atomic Werewolves and Man-Eating Plants. Okay, so this episode of Ray Sensation is going to be talking about a brand new book that I have not had a chance to read yet. We're going to look at it together. I'm sure it's going to be a corker, and I'll explain why. It's from New Texture Press, and it's edited by Robert Dice and Wyatt Doyle. And they have been doing a series of books based around men's adventure magazines. Right now they've got a men's adventure quarterly that they're doing, and you can order that through them directly or through Amazon. This is the first issue of it. I think they're up to like issue 7 or 8 now. This was the first issue. They take a theme from the men's adventure magazines, or MAMs as it can be abbreviated, MAM. And this first issue was on westerns. So they took stories, they're reprinting stories from these men's adventure magazines westerns, and they're reprinting the stories and artwork to go with them. And they have a good eye for the good stories. The MAMs were like any magazines that were cranking out, issue after issue, and there were a lot of them at one point. A lot of mediocre material got published, and some might be even said to be kind of bad. But they do a great job of picking stories that are interesting because of, it was a first story by someone who went on to big acclaim, or just generally terrific stories. And they're short stories, not very long there. And there's, there's articles in here about books series that were spun off of and very relatable to these magazines. So now, as far as these books go and the things they put out go, my very favorites are, I watched them Eat Me Alive, which is animal attack stories. I love those. Those were my favorites when I was growing up. Cryptozoology. They have one book on cryptozoology stories. And they don't show the other one. My other favorite is the shark one, which goes along with the animal attack series. But you can see they have a lot of different titles. You can visit their website, menspulpmags.com, or you can go to the New Texture website and check those out. But here we go. This is the one for today, and that is Atomic Werewolves and Man-Eating Plants. And this one is about weird tales in the MAMs. And they make the case that one of the main influences on the MAMs were the pulp magazines. And that's true. They basically took the place of, once paperbacks, cheap paperback novels became popular, that was pretty much the death of the pulps. But then along comes these magazines that kind of take place. Some of the there's a blurring between the end of the pulps and the beginning of the MAMs, but and so naturally there's some weird tales involved in the MAMs too. Not that many. The MAMs always prided themselves on supposedly all being true stories, which, the cryptozoology and the animal attack, all of them, in the war issues of things, they'd make up battles that never happened, etc. So you got to take that with a grain of salt. So, and Weird Tales was probably really pushing it. But so they have a short history of weird tales. And if you're like me, you've probably Now, I've made a joke in a couple of videos about this Margaret Brundage cover for Weird Tales. This has been reprinted so it's such a striking image. It's been reprinted so many times, and there is a Margaret Brundage book out of her artwork, her Weird Tales art, and it's fantastic. And I suggest you try and take a look at that, if, because she did so much. She's the one who did the first cover for Weird Tales for a Robert Howard story on Conan. Now, it doesn't look very much like how we think of Conan nowadays, but, the way we think of him nowadays is only became popular in the 60s. So, and this is not a bad story, There's, like I say, they give the history of the Weird Tales, then they give the story behind some of the story behind the stories of some of the stories they're running in here. And, they even, here's a song about slaves who drowned and come back for revenge kind of thing. Rats in the Walls, that's actually an H.P. Lovecraft story, originally published in the March 24th issue of Weird Tales. And just all kinds of stuff. There's a werewolf story in here. Mad Doctor stories in here. So here they're showing you the page layout for some of these things. And then when we get back to the stories themselves, they have the cover from the original issue it appeared in. And then they have the opening, the 2-page spread that usually opened them up. And then they have the story. So, so like I said, I haven't had a chance to read this, but I'm only familiar with like 2 of the stories. Well, no, 3 of the stories in here. So, and those are all good. So I'm really looking forward to this. I think it'll be a great addition to somebody's library. And I just wanted to point that out while it's brand spanking new. Maybe get them a little attention. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share my videos if you like them.